Hello everyone. As part of our final requirement in legal medicine, we were tasked to make a video discussion about the entire topic. This is my video reporting. Legal medicine. Legal medicine is a branch of medicine, and it is the application of medical knowledge to the purpose of law and administration of justice. So before, the term legal medicine, forensic medicine, and medical jurisprudence are synonymous, meaning they're all the same, but now it's different. They all have the different meaning. So it is said that the concept and practice of legal medicine in the Philippines originated, or we adopted it from Spain, or when the Spaniards came. Medical jurisprudence, so it is if legal medicine is the application of medical knowledge for the purpose of administration of justice and the purpose of law, then medical jurisprudence denotes knowledge of law in relation to the practice of medicine. So it is the study of the rights and duties of medical practitioner. Brain death. So this is the case when the patient is in a coma and there is a little or there is clearly no chance of waking up because the brain is not responding, there is no electrical brain activity, and the body is not responding. So cardiorespiratory death. This is the case where the patient is clearly not breathing anymore. And based by common sense, the doctor and the family can see that the patient is already dead. For example, the patient is cut into half because of an accident. Then it is a clear indication that the patient is dead. Based on common sense or intuition. So, what is the sign of brain death? First, unacceptability and irresponsibility. This is the case where the body is not, as I've said, it is not responding anymore. Number two, no movement or breathing. So of course, since there's no electrical brain activity, then the brain cannot transmit signals and therefore the body can't move because muscles can move on its own. The brain has to send signals in order for the body to move. And there is no reflexes and the pupil become dilated. The pupil is the one in the middle, the black one. When the patient is already brain dead, then the pupils will become dilated. Sign of death. So as a general rule, if it's already been 5 minutes and there's no heart action, then it is safe to say that the patient is already dead. So the early changes in death. Algor mortis. So algor means cooling and mortis generally means death. It is from the Latin language. Again, algor cooling, mortis death. Therefore, it is the cooling of the temperature of the body after death. So it is said that it cools down from 1.5 degree Fahrenheit every hour, assuming that the body was in normal temperature or condition by the time of death, meaning the body has to be around 37 Celsius or 98.6 Fahrenheit in order for it to cool down for 1.5 degree Fahrenheit per hour. So going on with the second one, rigor mortis. So rigor in the Latin language means stiffening and mortis means death. So if you put it together, it is the stiffening of the body after death. So stiffening of the body after death occurs within 3 to 6 hours after death, and after it is according to the medical practitioners or medical experts, within 12 hours it is completed. So it is said that there are three things that simultaneing rigor mortis. Simul meaning gumagaya. So the first one is heat stiffening. It is the as the name suggests, it is the stiffening of the body because of intense heat, and it is in the condition for which the muscles are already stiffened is more or less permanent, and there's a little chance of putrefaction or pagkabulok. Then if there is heat stiffening, then of course there is cold stiffening. So it is because of the extreme, if the heat stiffening is because of intense heat, then cold stiffening because of intense coldness. For example, the body is trapped in a refrigerated area, so it will become stiffened because of the cold. But if heat stiffening is permanent, more or less permanent, cold stiffening is not, because if the body was removed into the refrigerated area, then it will the muscles or the stiffened body will be soft again. And the third one is cadaveric spasm or instantaneous rigor. It is the stiffening of the specific part of the body because of extreme tension caused by violent dent. So how can we distinguish instantaneous rigor or cadaveric spasm from rigor mortis? Because if you look at it, they are both stiffening of the body. The rigor mortis is natural, meaning natural phenomena, meaning all of us will undergo rigor mortis, but instantaneous rigor cadaveric spasm only specific part of the body, and it will only be caused by extreme tension caused by violent. Then for example, in a case of suicide, you shot yourself in the head, then the first one to stiffen or to be hard is your arm, and then the rest of the body will follow. But the normal stiffening of the body, according to medical experts, is from the muscle under the jaw and the neck, then it will go down. So according to medical experts, the rigor mortis will help the experts to determine the time of death, while on the other hand, the cadaveric spasm will help to determine the nature and the cause of death. So in rigor mortis, we only have to remember two factors: the discoloration of the skin and the settling of the blood in the lowest part of the body. Because it is said that when a person dies, for example, you died facing on the floor, then all of your blood will flow to the lowest part of your body, to the ground, to your chest or to your stomach. Then the blood will stay there. So it is by the concept of the rigor mortis. So going on with the classification of wounds. So according to severity, there is mortal wound and non-mortal wound. So we just have to remember that mortal wound is capable of causing death immediately after the infliction or shortly thereafter, while non-mortal wound is not capable of causing death immediately after the infliction or shortly thereafter. For example, you were stabbed in a vital organ, then it is a mortal wound. On the other hand, if you were only grazed by some sharp thing, then it is a non-mortal wound. So closed wound is there is no breach of continuity of the skin or mucous membrane. It is usually produced by blunt instruments. So what is a blunt instrument? A blunt instrument is not sharp or pointed. So for example, a baseball bat, it is a blunt instrument. An example of a closed wound is a contusion or pasa in local term, and also hematoma or blood cyst, or bukol. So, depth of wound. The first one is superficial. An example of this is only for example, you were punctured by a thumbtacks, then only the layer of the skin, the epidermis and the dermis, are targeted. If it is a deep wound, it is not. If the wound enters the body but did not come out on the other side or hindi tumagos, then it is a deep wound. Then, the last one is the perforating wound. This is the case where it penetrated the body and tumagos in common term. So, the last one is the type of wounds. The first one is a stab wound. So, it is caused by a sharp and pointed. The best example in this is a knife. If you were stabbed by a knife, then it is a stab wound, because as I've said, it's sharp and pointed. On punctured wound, it is only pointed. For example, the best example for this are those barbecue stick, ball pen, pencil, and on the incised wound, it was sharp, or it was incised or napunit. It is caused by a sharp instruments, for example, again, knife, but only punit. Lacerated wound. So it is caused by blunt instrument. So what is a blunt instrument? A blunt instrument is not sharp and not pointed. For example, a baseball bat, you were hit in the head, then the skin on your forehead ay napunit rin, then it is a lacerated wound. So that concludes my video discussion in the entire topic, which compromises 12 minutes. Thank you, sir.